So this big behemoth of a vehicle behind me might look a little different than my ProMaster, and that's because I finally found a new van. So over the past few weeks, I've been on the hunt for a new vehicle because I had to hand off the ProMaster to the new owners. And I'm gonna tell you, I've had a hell of a time. I decided I wanted to give the Mercedes Sprinter a shot for my next build, and I'll explain why in a later video. But after searching for a few weeks for a decently used one at a price point that I could afford, I was really starting to lose hope. And honestly, I hit a point where I was just searching for anything and everything. Sprinter 144s, 170s, diesel, gas, 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder, any mileage, any distance. I was just looking everywhere. Right now, it's not the best time to go looking for a van. With chip and labor shortages, there's not a lot of new vehicles on the market, so all the used vehicles are being placed at a ridiculous price and the lots are getting picked clean. And actually, I ran out of time trying to find a new van. I had to deliver the ProMaster, which meant I had no more vehicle and no more home without anything new to replace it. Luckily, the new owners, Amber and Josh, were kind enough to give me some extra time to find something. And luckily, I landed on this 2016 Mercedes Sprinter 2500 170 wheelbase, high roof with the V6 turbo diesel engine. And there's a roof rack. The issue is that it was all the way out in Seattle, Washington. Now, since it was gonna cost over $3,000 to deliver this van to me, the plan was to fly out to Seattle, pick this van up, drive it all the way back to Colorado, fill it full of my belongings, and then take the new and old van down to Texas to deliver the ProMaster to its new owners. So that's what I did. Got myself a new van. Well, new to me. It's got 79,815 miles. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to hook up to Bluetooth and get my GPS going, because I've got an 18-hour ride. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking now. And this Sprinter wasn't the greatest bargain in the world, coming in just below $40,000, which was well above my budget. And I'll talk all about the frustrations of trying to buy a used vehicle over 1,000 miles away. But I was just happy to have finally pulled the trigger on something. First time getting diesel. Only 17 hours to go. 80,000 miles. You think so? So I averaged 64 miles per hour. I drove 386 miles and I got about 19 miles per gallon. And I've been driving for several hours now, and I think I've got about 6 hours to go today before I fall asleep. So I'm gonna grab some food and keep going. This is gonna be my bedroom for the night. I'm gonna set up my bed. Here's my bed for the night. I think I made it about 10 hours today out of the 18. So I've got 8 to go tomorrow. A room back here. There's a lot you can do with the size of this thing. It's fun. It's kind of exciting to like see a new vehicle and start brainstorming again. You know, I had ideas, but like it's not the same as getting in it and seeing what you got. But overall, I've been really liking the way this vehicle drives. Because it's empty and tall, the wind just takes it. Especially some of the spots I've been driving here in Idaho is just kind of like open plains, and the wind's really kicking, and you gotta fight it the whole time, and it'll jerk you around the road quite a bit. But elevation climbing and everything like that is leaps and bounds different from the ProMaster I have. I have no problem zooming up a hill at 80 miles per hour. The other thing that I didn't know is there's a governor on these engines where it cuts you at like 82 or 3 miles per hour, which I was like, took me by surprise. I was trying to like pass a vehicle and it just stopped on me. So I'm not used to that. But at the same time, like, when am I ever going to need to go faster than that? Okay. I'm going to get to bed. And then to Colorado, then Texas, then Indiana. Then Kentucky, then Tennessee. Too much. It's time to get up. Back on the road. Got about 8 hours to do today. Buying any type of vehicle almost always feels a little gross. It's like jumping into a pool of sharks, like searching for a life raft. And when you're in the used market, you're almost guaranteed to have a hole in whatever life raft you find. I didn't even have time to go see this van in person before I bought it. In today's market, you might see something you like, and then at the end of the day, someone else is driving off the lot with it. I had to make my decision off some photos, a few phone calls, and a video walkthrough, which doesn't feel great considering I had to drive this thing over 3,500 miles within 5 days of purchasing it. Splash a bunch of water in my face. Ready? Thanks, dude! But overall, things have been pretty good so far. I managed to get the thing back in one piece to Colorado, and I actually enjoyed the ride. There's the van. Now it's time to load everything up in this van and get everything buttoned up on this van and head to Texas tomorrow. I guess you'll just have to tune in to see if we made it all the way to Texas. Ooh, suspenseful cliffhanger. These cliffhangers never work for my channel.
If you ask me what I say no, so trust papaya. Raise the roof, dog.
Tiger belly.